Sorry, I had to make a part 2. This is the knife lunatic again. I had a problem actually getting this base out of the package. If you get this, well, that's actually in there quite tight. If you get this, whatever you do, don't put this base this way into this middle pouch, because this middle pouch is way too tight. I think this one is probably still even. This pouch here is a bit larger, but I think this is probably still too small as well. What happens is, as you're trying to pull it out, and I was pulling with all my strength, this edge here catches on the edges of the fabric, and it even splays out a bit as you try to pull, so there's absolutely no way it will come out. What you have to do is try and slip something in behind it. The best thing is like something like a popsicle stick would be perfect, and push it over the edges to make sure they don't catch as you try to pull it out. So that was quite a task. You could tell it wasn't really thought through well, but I mean, for $36. The construction and fit and finish, you might have noticed just now I had a bit of a hard time pulling this out. This particular piece fits together very well, and this is a very crucial piece. If this had any wiggle, there'd be a lot of problems, but this has absolutely no wiggle whatsoever. This piece, I'm not sure what it's called, but they're all equivalent pieces to the Edge Pro, and this is basically what this video is about, is giving you an idea of how you can take a $36 item and turn it into the $200 plus Edge Pro system. You know, on the cheap, it's not going to obviously be the same thing, but hopefully it works the same way, and that's one of the major benefits of the Edge Pro, is how well the system actually works for sharpening knives. You have this piece that fits into here, and this piece there is actually quite a bit of play. I'm going to hold this completely still, and you'll see there's this much play in this joint here. So that's quite a bit of play. I think I know why they did that. I noticed people who actually buy the Edge Pro have a lot of problems with, well, not really problems, but have a small problem with it sort of sticking and chattering at this point right here as you're pulling and sharpening. And one of the solutions is to put, I see one guy said just put some dishwashing liquid on it, and that will make it slippery and make it smooth. So I guess you could do the same thing with this, because it is even sticking right now, even though there's so much room in that joint right there. The stones, you get a pretty good assortment of stones. I would say it says 70 to 120 to 600 to 1000, and I would say the 70, that would be a course, but it would not be. I'm comparing these to my Lansky. This would be a course, but this definitely wouldn't be an extra course. So this looks to me about the coarse of a Lansky. This looks to me about the medium of a Lansky, and this is the fine of a Lansky, and the extra fine. So you get a coarse, medium fine, and extra fine, and the extra fine is quite good. You get that buttery smooth feeling, and so you'll be able to put I think you'll be able to put a pretty good mirror edge on a knife. And probably what you all really want to know is how do you turn this thing into an Edge Pro. So here you take out the screws. You won't be needing this one. This works exactly like the Lansky clamping system. It's actually a very stout clamping system, but because you can't flip it to the other side, it's almost useless for the way most of us like to sharpen knives. So you'll need this, and I just made up this piece of wood to put here as the I guess it's the stop block for the Lansky, and you'll use that to stop your knife against and pull it out like and move it as you're sharpening it like this. The only problem with this is the hole is too high. Ideally, I just made this up just now, you would want to make a piece of wood like this with a hole like that, so it would work exactly like the Edge Pro, and then you could use this again. But because they made the hole too high, that won't work, because there's not enough space here to really rest any decent size knife on it. You're already hitting this, so there's no space for that. So what you're going to have to do if you want to make this work exactly like the Edge Pro is you're going to have to drill a hole, I would say right here, and then tap it if you have a tap. If you have a drill and tap, this will be perfect. It looks like a 5mm tap. I really don't know too much about taps, but I measured it, and it's 5mm. It looks to be 5mm, and I would say you put that hole right there. Then you'd make one of these out of wood, and you'd have the exact same working machine as an Edge Pro. It would work exactly the same. I think they couldn't sell it this way because they would maybe run into a lawsuit or something, but if you have those tools, you can make it very quickly. What I'll end up doing is just taking my piece of wood here. This, incidentally, I don't know if I said, was just a paint stirrer, stick that I cut. I'll just put it there. Maybe I'll get a little clamp, or maybe I'll just tape it, because you can tape all the way around for whatever knife I need, and I'll just do it that way. So if you, again, to recap, if you want to turn this, if you're thinking of buying this, and you're thinking of buying it as a complete replacement for the Edge Pro system, what you will need for tools is you'll need a paint stir stick, you'll need a drill, you'll need a tap, you'll need I'm thinking it's a 5mm tap, but you probably should get a set just in case. You'll need a saw, and if any of you have any better ideas of how to do this, please leave a message. And that's about it for the first impressions of the SCHRADE Advant-EDGE. Thank you very much. The Knife Lunatic signing off.